Hello and welcome to series that Dempsey is never going to be able to finish because they're not completely out yet. Okay, well, it's not true. I'll be able to finish them eventually as soon as they finish. Anyways, I just finished up with Your Turn to Die for now, so I'm like, I kind of have to find some other content to upload in the meantime while I wait for more to come out. So I decided I would try out this game called one second, I'm gonna struggle. Ayakashi Akashi. Okay, I think that was the name. Anyways, Ayakashi Akashi. It's from, well, the translator is the same person, so I mean, I guess that's a quality check. Anyways, I have no clue what it's about. Literally, I just searched it up, and this guy I think is the main character. Maybe, I don't know. That's pretty much all I know. Anyways, let's just jump into it. For all I know, I could be putting myself into a very interesting game. I think it's... I don't know. I think there was a warning at the beginning, so I'm guessing there's a little bit of possibly horror in it. But it was under the adventure category, so I... But I mean, to be fair, Your Turn to Die was also under the adventure category and not the horror one, and I mean, like... Yeah. I don't know about that. Anyways. This game has autosave function that saves between each event. Oh, cool. Please select a slot to use for autosaves. Using slot 20 is recommended. Alright, sure, we use slot 20. Cool. Alright. There are beings known as Ayakashi. They are peculiar phenomena, and at times inflict harm. As a consequence, they have long been seen as fearful beings. This is a cool mouse, by the way, I'm just saying. One could interpret their name as the Sharing Dead. It's interesting, because I'm like, if I hover over... So this is distracting from the actual game, but if I hover over my screen, but on OBS, my recording software, then it shows this. But if I hover over here, then you get the cool mouse. Anyways. Distracting. Okay. For they merely seek the things they couldn't have in the places they once were. Something tells me this is a metaphor. They simply want to share in those same blessings. Something tells me this is definitely a metaphor. That's pink blood, I think. This must be my punishment. In which case, there's only one thing to do. I think that's a katana. Oh, I think that is the main character. Is that the guy we had? No, that might be someone else, actually. You know what? Or if you're like, I don't know, it's hard to tell. I don't know if that's just him going insane or it's like someone screaming. Probably him screaming. Yoinara. This is some rain, and to think, it was sweltering earlier. I scratched my head and looked up to the sky. As if the good weather earlier was a dream, large drops poured from the heavens, and struck against the ground unceasingly. I can read. Oh? Mr. Yoinara, whatever could you be doing out here? Well, what does it look like? Still gazing up at the sky, I waved my hands in front of my eyes. My slightly damp sleeves clung to my skin. So, so you have an umbrella. That's a pity. A pity, huh? Sounds like you don't intend to help. I didn't mean to do that. Well then, I'll take my leave. I'm assuming she said no. You'll be late if you don't hurry, Mr. Yoinara. Late for what? Paying no mind to me standing there, Tina left with a leisurely gait. Yep, that's just how she is. Guess I'll wait a little longer. Worst case, I'll go and get soaked. Increasingly filled with resignation, as the sound of rain only got louder, I let out a sigh. And then, 2 sets of footsteps broke through that sound, heading my way. Mister. Mister. He's a Brooklyn accent. You mean me? Mister. Mister. Oh, it's Misty, alright. What you doing, mister? I didn't bring an umbrella. I guess that's not Brooklyn. I guess that's like UK. Worcester, I think, is a place from the UK. We're going with Worcester accent. Alright, so I can't go to school. Sorry. Alright, so I can't go to school. I'm stuck. Are you kids lost? We're not lost, right? Right? Nope. Oh, that's two different people, okay. Then what are you up to on this deary morning? As my cat meows in the background. Mister! Do you not speak English? Not the best conversation I've ever had. Besides, I needed to hurry, or I'd be late for class. Mister! Sorry, but I'm in a hurry. Hold up here and keep out of the rain. It should help your parents to find you. It is still raining, but it's gotten better than before. May just have to put up with getting wet. Ignoring the two fussing children, I sprinted off to the raindrops that fell harder and harder. I didn't want to deal with this nuisance. I just want to like pause for a moment just to say I really like the art style for like the bubble and everything. It's really nicely done, and just like the background art and everything. Yeah, and that outline, I love it. Anyways, where are you going? Where are you going? Riki's going too. I literally just forgot his accent in like a single second. Where are you going? There you go. That's his accent. I managed to give the slip to the two chasing children and arrive at school. What was with those kids? Is this a new person or did I make a voice for him? I think this is a new person. Oh, Yoi-chan. Morning. Good morning, Mr. Yonara. Oh, Rokuro and Zero. Morning. Zero is not a okay. Anyways, I'm not gonna say anything about that. Okay. You look kinda like an overworked mop today, Teach. It's been raining a whole lot. No umbrella? It was raining when I left. That's why you gotta check the TV. True. Well, it'll dry soon at any rate. Come on, get back to your classroom. Right. First period, math, right? I'm not the best at teaching it, but I've a fondness for mathematics. So am I like a general school teacher? Is that what's going on? I guess you teach multiple subjects? Question mark? Maybe. These buildings were old. To put it nicely, they had character. To put it meanly, they were falling apart. On rainy days especially, there were often places that leaked. And we didn't have many teachers nor students. I taught a class of second years, but there was effectively only one class per grade. So just a smaller school. I see. Fair enough. So probably in a smaller town, if I were to guess. Though naturally, separate teachers were needed for supplementary subjects like art. Guess I'll get going. So it's a school with like low teaching staff, low students. So there's not really reason to get more teaching staff, so they kind of just like have teachers fill multiple. Makes sense. Okay. I don't know why, but like whenever I hear that like morning chime and I only hear the first part, I have to sing the second part. Luckily in this game they do the full thing, so I'm happy with that. Anyways, I have to make a new voice again. Also, what is that name? Is that an I or an L? If it's La, that makes more sense to me. If it's wait, it's a Japanese name, right? So like Aya? Wait, Iya. I guess it's Iya. Hello, Iya. I have to make a name. I have to make a voice for you. I mean, name. I have to make a better name. No. Fifth period at last. I don't know why I chose that voice, but okay. Mr. Yoinara, what are we doing today? At the end of each month at Yusui Junior High, 5th/6th grade period was a designated free period decided upon by the teacher and students. You could have an ethics lesson, or give it time for self-study, or teach test-taking skills, all sorts of things. You see, so sort of like I don't know what those are called. It's like sort of like a shops class, I guess. Not a shops. I don't know. Basically, just like a thing where you're teaching learning skills, essentially. Sometimes we've even played cards. To be honest, the principal tended to be accepting of anything. It's good. Maybe this kind of thing is only possible because it's an underpopulated rural school. So what will it be today? What grade are we teaching? Did he say that already and I missed it? I feel like I did. Okay, we can either, we get to actually choose what we're doing. Okay, let's see. By the way, there's only one chapter out for this game. I think I mentioned in the beginning, but, so, yeah. So, we'll see how much time we get out of it. A few episodes, and then we're gonna have to wait for the next chapter to come out, so we'll see how long it takes. Anyways, maybe the time you guys are watching this, there will be more, so, yeah, we'll see. Watch a history video, allow for self-study, or play cards. Well, I feel like this is the least interactive. Watching a video, though, I feel like everyone's just gonna sleep. We're gonna play cards with everyone. Cesena, I think. Cesena. Maybe. Cesena. Okay. My eyes looked at my light. I'm getting tired of cards by now. Seriously, is there anything else? There's not a whole lot else we can do for a large number of people. Well, at our school, other games such as Otello and the like are common for small groups. Oh, that reminds me. I saw something in a magazine earlier. New person, Yuki. Giant pancakes. Those look delicious. This is another new person. Wow, we're getting all the introductions at once. Hido. I don't know if I have enough voices in me. Okay, let's see. Hey, those are the ones Mackie was eating. Yeah, they sure looked yummy. I'm interested too. That was Mackie. Ooh, come over here. These voices, they're gonna change because I don't remember voices that well. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Hi, Ia suddenly brought up the subject of large pancakes featured in a magazine, drawing several people over. Oh, sure, I already forgot his voice. He popped up before, right? Or am I mixing him up with another person? Jeez, they're so immature to be infatuated with pancakes at their age. Oh, infatuated with pancakes at their age. I don't quite remember his accent, but I think we did interact. He said so many names. Okay. Yeah, I preferred fried chicken. You should lay off the fried food too. I'll give him a little bit of an accent. There you go. That'll make him different. Say, Riku, could I have you teach me today? Your grade seems fine to me, Karuta. I mean, I know you periodically get tutored, Riku. We should teach Minu then. Well, you surprise me. Considering your lack of will to learn, I don't exactly get the urge to teach you. Mining's willing to word, but words are hard. How do you even live among society? Fine then, I'll teach you both. Come on. Woohoo! Yay! In addition to the pancake crew, there was another group gathering around Rico for tutoring. Seems they're truly treating this as nothing more than free time. I can speak. Yo-chan, you bored? I'm not bored. I've got my job of watching you guys. It's jazz, by the way. It's pretty good. But just watching is boring, right? Look, I told you. Want to play werewolf? Sure. Werewolf? It's like, Mafia, correct? That's a fancy version of Mafia, if I remember. Allow me to explain. I want to give her a better accent, the one with the glasses. We'll see. First, the players are randomly handed out on roll cards. You know what, we're giving her... I'm going to come up with an accent, okay? The basic roles are Villager, Werewolf, and Seer. Seers and villagers are in the villager camp, where wolves in the werewolf camp. And yes, I'm allowed to change my characters' voices halfway through. Villagers have no abilities. Seers can, at night, divine whether someone is a werewolf or a villager. So yeah, it's just Mafia. So there's the main commoners who can't do anything, and then you got your detectives, or seers they call it, where you can determine if someone's a werewolf, which is the Mafia in this case, which is like the killers, or a, I don't remember what they call the medics in this one, but medics, someone who can heal someone. And werewolves can eat anyone who's not on their side. During the day, everyone talks it out to determine who's a werewolf. If those in the werewolf camp can hide their identities and wipe out the villagers via executions or devourment, they win. And the villager camp wins if they identify the werewolves and execute them. So yeah, essentially during the daytime, you can choose who you want to kill, whoever's sus. Yes, I said sus. Yeah, basically whoever's voted off as the most suspicious out of the group gets executed, essentially. And then you find out were they a werewolf, a doctor, detective, or a commoner. Anyways, or whatever word they use for this. And you basically, as the commoner or anyone else other than the werewolf, you want to kill all the werewolves. And if you're a werewolf, you want to kill everyone else. So if you're a werewolf, you gotta deceive people to survive, got it? So, it sounds pretty difficult. You'll pick it up as you play. Normally it spans several days, but let's not adapt one-night werewolf rules to just play for just one day. What do these entail? Since night only comes once, you must definitively hang the werewolf in one day before nightfall. To be frank, it's quite different from normal werewolf, but we have precious few people, so, oh well. Being either saved or eaten in a single day sounds brutal. Hey, it's just that kind of game. Seems this one's caught on lately. There's all sorts of games out there these days. As for participants, let's have Sir Rokuro, Sir Zero, Mr. Yoinara. I was about to say, are you going to tell us who is who? And that's not allowed for this game because it has to be deceptive. And how about you two? Tina. Did I give Tina a voice? I think I gave Tina a voice, but I don't remember. My, would you be alright with me? Tina feels like she'd be adept at this game, judging from the explanation. I don't need to play, do I? Well now, this game is more fun with the more people you have. Aren't you lonely all by yourself? Who's all by herself? If you're asking for a fight, I'll give you a fight. Kashima's so susceptible to agitation. Under one-night rules, the 2 rules will be added on top of the ones I gave before. Interesting. First, the thief. They can trade cards with any one person. Interesting. However, they won't know what that person's role is in advance. Second, the psycho. In the werewolf camp, yet the seer sees them as a villager. Okay, so it's a werewolf who's seen as a villager. A real troublesome fellow. However, the werewolf doesn't know who's the psycho, and the psycho doesn't know who's the werewolf. Interesting. But since this is one-night werewolf, the seer will be able to divine that the psycho is the psycho. Okay. In fact, the seer is able to divine anyone's exact roles. Alright, so just making it simple for the seer, just in case they get lucky and choose the right one. But still, the werewolf doesn't know who's the psycho, and the psycho doesn't know who's the werewolf. Actually, there are other rules that form a third camp, but it'll get rather complicated, so perhaps we can stick them in once we've learned how to play. I wrote some notes on the rules, so let's make use of them. Tremendously thoughtful. Lastly, in One Night Werewolf, there are 2 extra cards in the deck. The leftovers remain in a face-down state. Only the seer can know what's on these cards, or the thief if they can steal a face-down card. But of course, should they pick one of these, they can't divine the role of another player. Yeah, I didn't really get that part, but this is alright. Yeah, same to you. I'm a bit fuzzy on it still, but I believe I follow. The ultimate division of cards will be 2 villagers, 2 seers, 2 werewolves, 1 thief, and 1 psycho. 8 cards in total. Now, let's play around. Alright, let's do this. Just checking how much time. Yeah, we have an extra 10 minutes. We're good. At the proposal of Roku and the others, I ended up playing werewolf. Cards with roles written on them were passed to each of us face down. Now then, everyone, check your roll. Do it with protective prudence, so that the person beside you can't sneak a peek. My role is villager. Well, I must be from Animal Crossing. No. You guys probably don't get that reference, but that's alright. That might make it easier to score than if I had a special role. Next, the werewolves will confirm who their allies are, and dividing and thieving may take place. Everyone put your heads down on your desks. Each of the action phases came to an end. Upon Cecinea's signal, everyone timidly lifted their heads. Well then, now begins daytime. Give statements like, my role is this, and try to guess the werewolves. Who could the villainous werewolves of this world be? Since we have some novices playing, let's give 10 minutes for discussion. So, can I say something? Yes, go ahead. So basically there's also, I don't think she really mentioned it, but there's also one person who doesn't play the game, who's just watching over to allow people to because at nighttime everyone would close their eyes and you would try to determine, not try to determine, and then the person who is not in the game is going to tell the werewolves, wake up, kill this person, etc. Yes, go ahead. I'm Kashima Agabano, the seer. I used divination on Professor Yoinara. He was a villager. So yeah, they just kind of skipped the night phase for us. Aha, that's correct. Oh, really? I like this version better where you're allowed to say, because sometimes people say you're not allowed to say. I prefer the version where you're allowed to say what you are, and you're allowed to lie what you are, obviously, and that's why it makes it more strategic. So you have to kind of prove it. What, are you calling me a liar? Whoa, don't shout so much. What are you, a crow? Who are you calling a crow? More importantly, I'm seeing if there's any other seers. Huh? I'm the seer. I'm also a seer, though. Ho. Well, if there are two seers on the deck, so such a turn of events is possible. Who did you use divination on, Zero? About that. It was you, Akabano, and you came up as a seer. Well now, that doesn't exactly inspire confidence. How so? Does Akabano saying she's a seer and I saying the same not make it certain? If we can take you at your word, that'd be true, but looking at the big picture, it's easy peasy to make the claim right after Kashima-chan said that she was a seer. Yes, that's true. Well considered, Roku. Am I right or am I right? No, Zero. If you really are, if you're really a seer, be a little more tenacious. Yeah, who knows? Maybe a third seer will show up. Will it now? A brief silence followed Kashima's agitated remark. It seems Kashima and Zero are the only ones claiming to be seers. To be honest, looking at the face-down cards would have made it easier for you to confirm what roles are in play. But Kashima-chan, Zero, I guess you were both just too dumb to arrive at that idea, huh? He's really trying to agitate them. Well now, steady yourself. Calm down. Take deep breaths. So is there only one werewolf? And one psycho? I'm not sure. Yeah, come on. It's just a game. Sorry, Rokuro. I'd like to ask you to choose your words more carefully. Sorry, I'm tired. And cease acting like a novice teasing sister-in-law. Well, I kind of guessed from your reactions. She's this guy. If I may interject. Oh ho, don't tell me, a third seer? A third seer? No, I am... the thief. Oh. And I traded for one of the face-down cards, resulting in the role of villager. I see. In short, if Lady Tina can be believed, there is definitely at least one werewolf in the village. That is correct. You would say that. Is this something that offends you? Is this something that offends you? There, trying to separate the two accents. Sure is. It's making my guts boil. 'Cause the real thief is me. Oh my. I swapped a Sensei-chan, and Sensei-chan was a villager. So from my point of view, it's pretty darn likely Tina-chan is with the werewolves. Though who can say if she's a psycho or werewolf specifically? So I see. Well, from my point of view, I believe Madame Sensei Sesena, the only one who has not stated their role or indicated another, is quite likely a werewolf. And the one who raised his voice to protect her is the psycho. That is what I would say. Is Ryoko a werewolf? Nope, the thief. I see. See on my side. Zero, come on. This is a rather tricky one. Who should I believe? Well, One Night Werewolf never provides such much definitive info, which is what makes it tricky, but we have 4 players making statements concerning their own roles. Lady Kashima, a seer, Sir Zero, a second seer, Lady Tina, a thief, and Sir Rokuro, a second thief. Regarding the seers, there are 2 in the deck, so it is possible for 2 exist. But only one thief card exists, so one of the 2 is certainly lying. And through divination and thieves, we've got statements about 3 people and one of the face down cards. Kashima-chan divined Yoi-chan was a villager, and Zero divined Kashima-chan was a seer. Tina-chan stole a face-down villager card, and I stole Sina-chan's villager card. Sasena. So the 2 whose roles haven't been corroborated are Zero and Tina-chan. Was I not a seer? If you really are a seer, you should believe it in yourself a little more, okay? Got it, I'm a seer. Well, it'll be time to vote soon. If there's anything you want to ask, do it soon. I should ask for further details. Touch a student's icon to talk with them. Touching question mark icon will advance the story, but if you advance without talking enough, it may sometimes result in a bad outcome. Interesting. Okay, what do we have here? We have a save. Save to file 20. Is file 20 the last file? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Save to file 20. We can use items. Interesting. Okay, these are just like our notes, so that we can remember how the game is played. Cool. Esque, I'm assuming is exit. Yeah. Then you have roster, which I guess is just everyone here. Yeah. Year, second, name, Kashima Akaba. Student ID. Okay. So I'm guessing we're in high school, maybe? Yeah, junior high school. Oh, junior high school, so junior high. Does that mean grade 8? Question mark, I think. Yutashiro. Interesting. So it tells us a little bit of information about them. This ID confirms that this person as a student. Cool. Interesting. So it just gives us a little icon, and then it tells us the year. Are they all second years? I guess that would make sense, because we're all the second years would be in the same class, right? So yeah, it's a roster of second years. Cool. Okay. And then we can load our save. Cool. Let's not advance options. I don't think we need to change anything here. Okay. Let us start with, who's the most, I feel like you're the most confounding one. I'm a seer. I divined Akabono's role to be a seer. See, the problem is, we're not going to get much out of him. Why did I choose her? No special reason. If I had to say, maybe because her seat was right in front of me. Maybe Rokuro is right, and looking at a face-down card would have been better. You'll just have to make use of the knowledge the next time you play. Right you are. So as such, since Akabano said that she divined to be with you to be a villager, you're about the only one other I can trust. So we're basically in the same boat. I'm a thief. I traded with Sasanea-chan, who is a villager. Why did I choose Sasanea-chan? Easy. I felt bad for her because I didn't think anyone would pick her. Really? What a thing to say. The more unknowns you clear up, the easier it is, right? And yet you betrayed Kashima and Zero for not looking at the face-down cards. I mean, that is... You don't have to believe Kashima-chan, but believe me, okay? That's a little too convenient. You can interpret it however you like, alright, Yo-chan? I'm gonna have to do some thinking. Now, how to interpret this board? Well, ask as you wish, but all I can reply is that I'm a villager. Strictly speaking, if you trust Rokuro, who confirmed me as a villager, then Lady Tina is either the psycho or a werewolf. If she's the psycho, that would mean there's no werewolf. What happens then? In that case, there's no there being no werewolf in the village means that the psycho is not tempted by werewolves and joins the villager camp. Oh wait, so does that mean that everyone's playing? Is this like a version of werewolf where everyone can play? I don't know. I'm kind of confused on that, but it's cool. In that case, there's there being no werewolf in the village means that the psycho is not tempted by werewolves and joins the villager camp. This is referred to as a peaceful village, and a village in which there is no werewolf to begin with. And in voting, if everyone votes for the person to the right, it distributes the votes and means no execution, which is an option you need to take in that event. I get it. Might have learned something good there. So that's if no one is. Interesting. So if there's no werewolf, we can have a peaceful. Interesting. I'm a seer. I divined Mr. Yoinara to be a villager. I didn't mean to skip it. You phrase that as if Ryuko is your enemy. There's the possibility he is, isn't there? And just look at it. If we were to believe Tina is the real thief, Ryoko is either the psycho or werewolf. I suppose you're inclined to think that Tina is the real thief. He called me dumb. I'll never forgive him. She stole her grudge. I don't know if I can redo that dialogue. I'm a seer, divine a mystery or now to be a villager. Huh? Why did I choose you? Right, there you go. We can actually read it through. It's true. I did think about that, checking Rokuro or something like that. But I felt like it might be easier to look for other allies. You phrase that as if Ryoko's your enemy. I see. Okay. There's a possibility, isn't there? Just look at it. If we believe Tina is the real thief, Rokuro is either the psycho or a werewolf. But if they're just a psycho and there's only a psycho, then we're safe to vote right. But if there's a werewolf, then we're doomed. Interesting. Rokuro is either a psycho or a werewolf. And I suppose you're inclined to think that Tina is a real thief. He called me dumb. Okay, then we read this. Interesting. I am the thief, and traded for a face-down card, which was villager. To perhaps Sir Rokuro. I believe that looking at a face-down card would make it simpler to determine the Why? That's distribution, right? But like, I feel like that doesn't look like the right spelling for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm going insane. Of roles. To restate my earlier point, my perspective is that Sir Rokuro's antagonism is quite suspect. Furthermore, his supposed trade partner, being Sesanea-chan, casts the suspicion of her being in the werewolf camp. It is my personal opinion that there is very likely a single werewolf. In trouble, however, is deciding which one of them is the werewolf. For there is no point in hanging the psycho. Come to think of it, I heard that thing from Senseiya. Well, actually, there is a point in hanging the werewolf, but okay. Judging from her reaction before the game, Tina doesn't seem to have played werewolf before, so... Tina, let's just suppose you're actually the psycho. In that case, there are higher odds of there being no werewolf here. And if everyone splits the vote, by voting for the person on the right, there will be no execution. If everyone's a villager, everyone wins. That's known as a peaceful village, apparently. Ah, I was not aware of that. Well then, allow me to think for a bit. Right. Did that advance things any? Interesting. I think we can advance the conversation in the next episode, because I realize now I'm a little bit over time. Alright, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. This is a really interesting game. This is going to be hard to think through. Oh boy. I like how, I'm just going to mention, there's very like dark tones around me. It's mirrored, alright? It's hard to realize how things work. There we go. There's very dark things around me. So, my camera looks extra bright right now, but anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a lot of thinking, maybe even off camera a little bit. We'll see. I'll try to do most thinking on camera, just so you guys get to watch me struggle. We'll see though. Anyways, I'm not gonna say anything else. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like if you did, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Bye bye.